side. Okay, so first things first, we're going to make the Puttanesca sauce because I like to have the Puttanesca sauce simmer and get to a thickness that I really like while I'm cooking the pasta. So, to start with, we're going to add some olive oil. There we go. And you see the way the olive oil shimmies? Okay? See the way the olive oil begins to shimmy? That lets me know that the pan is hot enough to get going with adding some of the other stuff. We're going to add some freshly chopped garlic. Okay. And add some freshly chopped garlic. Get that to cook. Smells good. We want the garlic to soften up. And to that garlic, we're going to add anchovies. We're going to let that cook. And this dish brings the heat a little bit. Red pepper flakes, peperoncino. So to this, now we're going to add black olives. Some people say to use oil-cured olives, and some people say don't. But black olives, some people use Kalamata olives. If you want to use oil-cured, that's fine. You'll just have to take the time to peel the olive off of the pit. There's enough oil in the recipe with the olive oil that I've used. Okay. If you want to use Kalamata, use Kalamata. That's okay. This is a very fast, very easy sauce to make. Okay. Now to that, we're going to add some capers. Okay. And some crushed plum tomatoes. Okay. They were whole, but I crushed them. Okay. You can use San Marzano tomatoes if you can find them in the can. In this economy, I would imagine that a can of San Marzano tomatoes is going to be rather expensive, and I can honestly tell you that if you're serving this dish to guests, nobody's going to take a forkful or a spoonful and go, "Hey, wait a minute, these ain't San Marzano tomatoes." Okay? And we're going to get this to a bubble. Now, right now, I'm using the juice from the can. I want this whole mixture to thicken. That'll take about 8 to 10 minutes, depending on the stove as well. And while this is thickening, I'm going to add some freshly rough chopped basil. Okay. Adds a whole other depth of flavor to the dish. Some people say to use parsley on top at the end, but I prefer the basil. And you want to get this to a bubble, as you see it doing on the sides. Get that basil in there. I want it to thicken up just a little bit because in the end, I'm going to add a couple of spoonfuls of the starchy water from the pasta that I'm going to be using for this. But I'm going to use a very interesting pasta today called an orecchietti. Orecchietti is different than what most people have seen in pasta. They're tiny little bowls. In other parts of Italy, they might be called something else besides orecchietti or orecchiette. I might not be pronouncing it right. But orecchietti is a tiny little pasta bowl. And it's great for this dish or any dish because this little bowl holds the sauce. So in all actuality, I'm going to be making pasta alla puttanesca di orecchietti tonight. Okay. In the meantime, you can see the pasta sauce is beginning to bubble. Now this is optional. I do it. I'm going to add a little sugar because there's acid from the tomato and there's acid from the pepper. I want to cut that acid. So I'm just going to add a little bit of sugar. Strictly optional. You don't have to. In the interim, you want to add just a touch of salt. I'm using that pink Himalayan stuff that I like to use. Triple blend pepper. Just a little bit. This is going to simmer 8 to 10 minutes. And while this is simmering 8 to 10 minutes, I'm going to cook the pasta. And then we're going to put it together. This is a very simple dish, a very fast dish, a very economical dish. It has so much flavor, I can't even describe it to you. You'll have to make it for yourself. Okay, so my water's boiling. It's well salted. That's 2 gallons of water. I use about 2 to 3 tablespoons of salt, really well salted. And into that, I'm going to add my orecchiette pasta. Okay, into that, I'm putting 1 pound of orecchiette pasta. Okay. And we're going to cook that about 8 to 10 minutes until it's al dente. And then we're going to serve it with the Puttanesca sauce. There we go. And we'll stir it up a little bit. We don't want any of it sticking together. Okay. We'll put the lid on. And don't worry, it won't boil over because it has this nice little steam hole. Right here. And in about 8 to 10 minutes we'll be back and then we'll serve it up. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, the orecchiette pasta's done. And the sauce is done. Puttanesca sauce, delicious. So, what we're going to do, we're going to spoon some of it on top. Here we go. Some people like to toss the pasta into the pan with the Puttanesca. I don't. I like putting it right on top, just like that. Okay. And then on top of that, basil chiffonade. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Some recipes call for putting Italian flat parsley. Flat parsley is okay, but it doesn't have the flavor or the depth that the basil has. And then if you want, optional, a little fresh Parmigiano Reggiano or Grana Padano, whatever cheese you have. I like Parmigiano Reggiano. It's economically priced. Grana Padano can be a little bit expensive these days. You know, I'm trying to make this an economical dish. Okay? And there you have it. There you have it. Pasta alla Puttanesca. The pasta of the whores of Campania, Italy. A classic Italian dish. So here it is. Pasta alla Puttanesca. Pasta of the whores. Pasta alla puttane. Pasta alla puttanas. The classic dish from Campania, Italy. From the brothels of Campania, Italy to my kitchen to this video for you. I hope you make this dish. I know you'll truly enjoy it. I want to thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.